Hello.
Yo, yo,
Took
yo.
us a little while, but we're here. We're a day late, but we had some technical difficulties, but we're here. So we hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving and that you're watching because you're vying for that playoff berth. Yes. So I'm RZ. I'm here with Allie and Dr. Z. Girls, say hi.
Hi,
Hi.
everybody.
I can't
Sorry
believe we're
we're late.
here.
We're here. We don't give up. That's one thing that you can say
Never.
about us. So let's get into the first whistle. Allie, how about you kick us off?
Oh my gosh, I am loving this week because it is the heart and soul of football season.
Yes.
College,
Agreed.
professional, fantasy for those of you who are not totally out of it. There was an amazing OSU Michigan game this weekend. One of the biggest stories, Jim Harbaugh and Michigan fans were not pleased with the very shaky referee play on Saturday.
That was a
But
good
the
one.
good news,
I watched it.
double
Sorry,
overtime.
I watched it in a bar on Mammoth Mountain, at the base of
Ooh.
Mammoth Mountain.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Were
You
there
know, get a little
fans
snow.
of either?
Yes, and the
team
TV I
there?
was watching on was on a slight delay, and there were a bunch of Michigan fans watching a TV that was like 1 second ahead. So
Yeah.
we kind of knew what happened before we saw it, but it was a great game.
Ugh. And the good news for us Wisconsin or Penn State fans is we could have a shot at a title game.
Yeah.
Probably to an Alabama or a Clemson, but stranger things have happened. Maybe we'll blow someone out. And then, if you're in the fantasy quarter, like me, you are like playing for playoff, perhaps. So I'm excited. Bring it on.
Bring it. Okay, Dr. Z, what's your first whistle?
Well, real quick, speaking of Badgers, I
Yep.
actually finally made it out to that Wills Northwoods.
Love it.
That place is amazing.
Classic.
My boyfriend and I went and saw the Badger game there, and it was the most fun I've had. I would venture to say that they do Badger games better than Wisconsin does there. It was that good.
It's crazy packed always, right?
Yeah, I figured you girls have both been, but I was slacking. And now that
I had my going away party before I moved to Los Angeles at Wills Northwoods Inn.
Aww.
That is amazing. And Luke has even agreed to go there for a Packer game.
Wow. Yeah, the game I watched
good man.
there was a couple years ago when we played the Texans and got like 6 touchdowns. It was real fun.
Ooh, that would be so fun.
Those
so
were
that
the
is
days.
not my first whistle. That is just
Okay,
an aside.
that's just an aside.
Sorry about that. I want to talk about Devontae Adams. He is absolutely on fire. He caught 5 of 6 passes for 113 yards and 2 touchdowns Monday night. I consider him a wide receiver 2 to 3 with major upside going forward. And he is actually currently ranked the 21st receiver in scoring, in fantasy scoring in the NFL right now. We do kind of think of him as streaky. Oh, there we go. Nice. But he's actually only had 3 mediocre games. And if you look at really any wide receiver in the league, every wide receiver, even Antonio Brown has had those games. So I think he's pretty safe to start at this point. And I just want to mention a few other surprises at wide receiver. This is unbelievable. Terrell Pryor is the number 6 ranked wide receiver on the season. Who would have thought that?
Man, that's why waiver wire picks matter.
Yeah, never stop playing the waiver wire. Michael Thomas is the number 9 receiver on the season. And Jamison Crowder is the number 10. So top 3 guys in the top 10. We didn't even know who they were.
Wow.
At the beginning of the season. So that's really crazy. And back to the Packers win, I just want to mention that I have it from a trusted source that as Lincoln Financial Field was emptying out in the last few minutes of the game, Packer fans were audibly chanting, "Go Pack, go." And I just want to say,
of course,
big mistake, Eagles fans. Don't leave your stadium unattended when you play the Packers. Not a good idea.
I like it. I've got a couple of things to say. First of all, this is the this is the little piggy bank that I received from Colleen.
Great gift.
During our Packer embarrassing Packer gift exchange. That's one thing. Another thing, you guys, Devont Bay. I just have to talk about him a little bit too because he's becoming such a frequent topic here. And like the Dr. Z was saying, we have always thought of him as
We
a
believe.
boom bust. But I think he's more boom than bust going forward. I completely agree with you, Dr. Z. I mean, and really, he's emerged as one of Raj's most trusted targets. And I actually
Yes.
to get the award for most improved,
Most improved.
right?
He
Anyway,
looks
Yes.
hot on the field.
Rodgers
he
threw
is
him
all
like
over the place.
balls that were not easy to get.
no.
Rodgers is like, I trust you. I trust you.
And that says a
Go
lot.
get it.
That says a lot. So, yes, I think he's a solid start going forward. Anyways, that wasn't even my first whistle. I have lots of asides as well. That's what happens when we're late to the broadcast. We're like, oh, and this, and I got this. Hey. Anyways, so you guys, the rumor mill is ablaze. The NFL might scrap Thursday night football. Could it be true? Pro Football Talks, Mike Florio says yes, but the NFL did release a statement that they are fully committed to Thursday night games, but who knows? Man, oh man.
I mean,
no.
they love money. How would they say no to money?
But ratings are down. So,
Good.
So I don't know. And for fantasy owners, it gives us more time to set our lineups. And then we would be less likely to end up with that bum tight end that you had meant to swap out, but you didn't. So we've all been there. So, and then I guess for the actual teams, it would give them more time to rest. I think that actually
It's better for the actual teams. It's not better for me, though, because I like the fact that there is football on 3 nights of the week. It's like 3 nights of the week. I know what I'm doing. I don't have to worry about anything. I just go home and watch football, and it's great. But I realize for the players, like it might be better.
Yeah. I don't know.
Better not to have.
I was into it when it was less frequent. It was like kind of exciting, but I feel like every week is too much. What do you think, Allie?
Like, I mean, and I see it from the players' perspectives is you just have all these like short week, all these factors that play into like, is this the reason why they lost, going on a road on a short
or got
week?
hurt?
And getting hurt. No, that's the bigger thing is like more, injuries already are hurting the game and these poor babies. These poor babies making millions, but
come on, what's worse, like a London game, a Mexico City game, or a Thursday night game? I mean, if it was really about the players' health, we wouldn't have games in other countries.
No, it's about money.
Thinking of doing that more, not
we
less.
love you, NFL, but it's about money. They did.
I like the idea of Thursday night games being special, being Thanksgiving or the opener special.
Agreed. Okay. Well, that was the longest first whistle of all time.
Yes,
let's get into mopes or gloats. It's almost playoff time, guys. Dr. Z, you moping, you're gloating. Talk to us.
Oh, thank you for letting me go first so I can be classy and congratulate Allie for another big win and pulling into second place in the Lady League. But then you guessed it. That means I'm moping. Lottie's underrated team, Jordy Got Back, exploded on Thanksgiving with Cousins, Reed, and Bell all putting up huge numbers. Even though I had Antonio Brown and got 3 touchdowns, I was basically like predicted only a 25% chance to win after Thursday. So that was rough. I needed every guy to overperform, and I actually got a goose egg from Cooks and then not much from Rawls, so I put in my flex. Apparently Cooks is really angry about this too because he cryptically tweeted, I guess I'll have to be a businessman now, shortly after the game, which is, I guess, the speculation is that he might be up for free agency and is going to be looking around or something. I don't think he actually meant like change of career.
But he's not heading to Wall Street. That's not what you're saying.
Right. Well, that would be funny. So that was funny. And then, it just makes me wonder, like, can I trust him? Because, there's only a few games left and the playoffs are coming and I've got other wide receivers. So there's always that thought that, if they get no targets and then they complain that maybe they'll get fed the ball. But I don't know how much that ever really happens. So it's kind of like rewarding bad behavior.
It works for Des Bryant.
It does work for him. That's kind of who I was thinking of. But I have a lot of running backs, and I guess I have to assess like which one I want to start between Gordon, Ware, Howard, Martin, Rowles. Well, I guess I dropped Smallwood, but Ware has not been putting up Jamal Charles type of numbers. He's been averaging like something like 65 yards across the past 4 games. That's not what I'm looking for. I need at least 10 points out of these guys. I will mention out of that group in week 13, Howard gets the 49ers. This is like the best matchup, like mouthwatering matchup in the league. So I'm definitely starting him, and I'm expecting like 20 points or something. Ware has a decent matchup against the Falcons, maybe Doug Martin, but I actually have to play the dreaded Sex in the City coming up.
There's it.
God, Dara has like
doesn't have anything to play for though.
Well, yeah, and she's actually on a losing streak. I don't know if you can, lose 3 in a row and then expect to do well in the playoffs. I mean, this happens in reality football teams too, and they usually don't end up winning.
Right.
But yeah, she's got Murray, Mariota, and Matthews on a bye, so maybe I can eke out the win.
All right. Okay, Allie, are you gloating? Are you gloating?
Gonna even gloat at all, but you had to twist the knife last week. You created a rivalry where I didn't think there was one.
Oh, please.
So this was
this rivalry was born season 1 in the Lady League when we played against each other in the championship. And
yes, that's
wow.
Right. That's right. You're right.
Some serious history.
Okay, right.
Maybe not for you. You're the winner.
I know. All right. Yes, I am proudly in the number 2 spot, but everything could change if I don't beat Lottie and her little forceful team. However, this week, things went well. Big Ben balled out. Ezekiel Elliott got fed. That's his thing. And Mike Evans just drubbed the old Seahawks. In my other league, I can't call this a moat because we're so happy as our Packer fans, but I've secured my 1 seed bye if Aaron Rodgers had just scored 4 more points. But sadly, the pop-up tent of destiny was not enough to heal Rodgers' calf enough to just get him 1 more touchdown. He was like,
you guys, what? I can't.
The pop-up tent.
The sideline reporter was like, I have no idea what he's doing in there. Is he with a trainer? Is he going to the bathroom? And I was like, really? You trying to blow a guy up like that he's going number 2 on the sidelines? Come on.
And then there were other players that tweeted about it. Like other Packer players are like, oh yeah, it's a bathroom. And then another player was like, oh yeah, I always saw that. You play your life in the National Football League. You're like, what was that tent that was always there? Now I guess we have more insight into it.
No,
anyways,
I think it was a trainer, right? They were wrapping up his hamstring. He wasn't going.
Yeah, but he had to probably drop his pants to do so.
Exactly. So he needed to go in the pop-up tent of destiny, which that is. Oh God, that's good, Allie. That's good.
Yeah. So, anyways, I can't be too mad, since he saved the Packers season for 1 week. Would have won if any defense besides the stinky Cardinals defense. And it's stupid that I'm complaining about a defense, but defenses lose championships or fantasy games for you. I do have one more gloat, just because I distinctly remember at the beginning of the season saying I did not buy into Carson Wentz. I did not think the Eagles were for real, even though their first 3 games were insane. And I just want a little credit because I said you do not trust the NFC East, except for the Cowboys, clearly.
Yes, well,
they're weird. They're wacky.
Credit where it is due. So nicely done, Allie. Although I am, still quietly on the Wentz wagon. He's not why they lost that game. The Packers are. We're all homers here. Anyways,
Wentz plays for a bird team, so I don't like it.
Yeah.
And the Eagles are my most hated of bird teams.
Okay.
Not the Seahawks? Oh, no, not the Seahawks.
No, yeah, it's always been
Eagles, then Seahawks.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay, you guys, quiet. I'm going to gloat here. Okay, you guys.
What?
I beat Albus No Fumbledore with a vengeance. I belabored the decision of whether to play Devontae, Crabtree, or Enunwa, and I chose wisely because Devontae Bay was the right choice. Actually, Crab put up a respectable 11 points and Enunwa a nice 17, but Devontae balled out a little bit more. E. Sanders also deserves a little love for putting up his season high in yardage against KC. He got 7 of 10 for 162 yards and a touchdown in Sunday's loss. to KC. So love you, E. Okay, poor Albus left Ingram and his 146 yards and 14 carries and a 10-yard touchdown on the bench, which it's, that always
so
hurts.
terrible.
You guys, can I get a round of applause? I am out of last place. I am 10 of 12. Thank you.
Yes, girl.
Okay, but yeah, don't let that gloat fool you, because I'm obviously not making the playoffs in the Lady League. And the one other league, the Dude League, I'm was ranked 5th. I needed this win. Same amount of wins as person in 4th spot could jump up, and I lost by 1 point, 103 to 102. And for any of you that have ever watched Blitzed, it was to Stats Guy Barfly. Which,
oh no!
Wait, you lost to Hugh? That's the worst.
That's the worst.
That's the literal worst win you can ever have.
Does he even try?
He's
He'd just be like, oh, well.
RZ. Anyways, I'm in 5th, still in 5th. So I need to break into that top 4 to get the spot. I shouldn't have trusted Gore over Howard and that flex. I don't know, but I'm with you, Dr. Z. I'm playing Howard
all day
against San Francisco. I don't even know if it's statistically possible for me to still make the playoffs, but I'm going to play as if I can.
Good. I love it.
Okay, we're going to do a little wrap up now of the weekend. We've already done a little. We're going to do a little bit more. Let's talk Turkey Day. You guys, I actually hate when people say Turkey Day. And I
just did it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know. I don't like it. Thanksgiving. Anyways, okay. Also, before I let you girls kind of get into this, Dr. Z leaves little gems in our outlines. And under the Thanksgiving Day games wrap up, at the top, all she put, and I quote, Cowboys, blah, blah, blah. They are so awesome, blah, blah. So, not a big fan of the Cowboys, but yes, they are awesome.
Yeah.
But pretty much that's all we're going to say about that. Allie, give us some wrap-ups.
Yeah, well, we had the Lions-Vikings on Thanksgiving Day. I guess us Packer fans got to enjoy a game where at least one of them had to lose.
Yes.
And while Sam Bradford slid further from our collective memories, Matt Stafford, just an aside, my husband calls him Fathead Matt Stafford, which isn't very nice.
That's very mean.
But he does have a big head.
He's a big, he looks like a giant toddler to me. I don't know.
Yes, he has diapers on. So he slid further into the. We're so mature.
Better than Quitler.
Talk.
Yeah.
With 232 yards in a Thanksgiving Day grinder. Are they the most clutch team in the league? They win all their games in the 4th quarter. But it is being said that if the Packers can really make a small run into playoffs, then the NFC North could come down to the last game of the season, January 1st, with the Packers visiting Ford Field for the whole shebang.
Oh my God! I mean, I don't know if my heart can take that if it comes down to that.
It's like, of course. I was finally at peace and it's not the Packers season, and now they're gonna be like, well, maybe.
Yeah, but I guess it's better that way than us just giving up.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
What else you got?
What else we got?
I've got more. Oh yeah, that's me.
Oh,
that's good.
Okay, so
with an aside.
I mentioned before that Cousins and Jordan Reed had huge dates for the Redskins. But the big question is, I put this to you ladies, can Cousins be trusted as an every week starter? He's now had 2 huge games in a row. And I mean, I'm starting to believe it a little bit more. He also has a lot of offensive weapons, although Jordan Reed is hurt and it looks like he is not going to play coming up. So.
Yeah, no.
Crowder could actually get a bump up.
I think it's all about matchups with him. I think he really he believes in himself and his whole you like that mojo, and then he'll just come across a team that has his number. It's weird.
Right.
I don't trust the NFC East.
Oh.
Well,
good point.
There you have it. I think it's a matchup situation as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay,
what else you got?
Well, my next question is there a more deadly wide receiver running back combination in the league than Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell? I don't know after playing against them this past week. Brown reeled in 3 touchdowns.
There was a while where it used to be DeMarco Murray and Des Bryant and Tony Romo, but I mean, these guys are better.
That was then. Yeah, 3 touchdowns, 91 receiving yards, and then Bell combined for 142 yards and 1 touchdown, which allowed the Steelers to completely dominate the Colts 28-7 on Thursday. So Colts are not looking so good.
Okay, what about Sunday's game? Well, most of Sunday's games, especially the early ones, definitely showed a little tryptophan hangover, but there was still some glory to be had. What do you have for a Sunday wrap-up, Dr. Z?
Well, okay, I think the Oakland-Carolina game was by far the most exciting game I watched in Week 12. You were basically happy if you started any number of guys from these teams. Carr, Crabtree, Jay Stu, even Cam Newton. Despite his abysmal first half, I'm talking 18 passing yards and a pick 6 in the first half. And I took him with my first-round pick, number 8 in my 2-quarterback league. So you can imagine how happy I have been with him. And it looked like to be an easy victory for the Raiders. They were way ahead. But then Carr went out with a bum pinky, and the Panthers scored 25
his little pinky
points in 12 minutes in the second half. Whoa. Oh, my God. It was insane to watch. But Carr was not done. He actually came back with some sort of bionic glove on his hand that gave him special passing superpowers.
Doesn't Clay Matthews had those other years? Like,
I don't know, but between the bionic glove and the pop-up tent of destiny, like, what a weird
It's been a great week.
They were, the announcers were talking about it. They said you can grip the ball better, you can throw it farther. I was like, I don't know if this should be allowed, but, anyways, Carr came back, marched down the field. They scored a touchdown, improving to 9-2. So look out, AFC. I think the Raiders are definitely for real. Khalil Mack on defense had a day, but more on that later. And then the second game that I was really interested by was the Tampa Bay-Seattle game. Tampa Bay absolutely stunned Seattle.
That's crazy.
And now they've won.
That offense can be real bad. They didn't have a first down or something?
It was so crazy. Tampa Bay's now won 3 in a row. They're at 6-5. They might make the playoffs. I would really love to see them make the playoffs because I love underdog teams as long as they're not bird teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or in the NFC North.
Right. But Tampa Bay really shut Wilson down. I mean, they forced him to run with the ball, which we see this out of Rodgers. It's like out of desperation when there's like nothing there, nothing there. And then they also forced 5 turnovers. I mean, that is bad. You can't win a game like that. Evans had 2 touchdowns in the first quarter alone, which I know Allie knows because she also owns him. The big question is Seattle this bad given their O-line struggles, or did they just play down to their opponent?
I just hope they're that bad.
Me too.
I hope, but
we have to be bad. I want them to be bad.
You can, the Seahawks don't die. They're made of something weird. They're not dying.
No, I don't think so either, but it'd be nice if they were bad.
If we can't be good, I don't want them to be good.
I don't want anybody to be good. Okay. All right, Allie, what you got for us?
I had fun with some Sunday night football, which was like a real division defensive battle with the Broncos and the Chiefs, almost ending in yet another tie. And there was a lot of scenarios playing out for the Broncos in the aftermath. There was Benny Fowler, who scored the sort of brilliant touchdown at the end, but everyone said he should have sort of slid and given himself up to help run out the clock instead of taking the touchdown with time left. Oh, poor Brandon McManus was put in this terrible position of having to kick 62 yards instead of otherwise advancing the ball on 4th down. Now, it wasn't an easy call, but you could kind of say that the Broncos were playing for the tie. I think that the Lady League should start a petition called Respect the Kickers. Because, man, they are put in bad positions all the time. They can only do bad. Anyways, Chiefs came out with
signing petitions.
With a win. What do you girls? The Broncos, they got that defense, but I don't know if they're as formidable as they were kind of the one team that could beat the Patriots. but I don't know if like
What about the
Oakland is negative for
Raiders?
taking them. I mean, they have in the standings as like the more formidable AFC team.
Raiders.
The Raiders,
It's not
I
the
think.
Broncos.
Yeah, Raiders.
Also,
So that's my Sunday night.
oh, I like it. Okay, you guys, speaking of kickers, I feel like we should give a little Lady League love to Justin Tucker, who became the first in NFL history to hit 3 field goals of 50-plus yards in the first half of a game. He got a 52.
We're all about respecting the kickers.
Yeah, respect the kicker. He got a 52,
That's like
a 57,
15
and a
points.
54.
What? I wish I had that guy.
Yeah, Justin Tucker. Okay, anyways,
Good
we're
job,
not going to
Tucker.
talk about waivers much because, hey, it's Wednesday. You already did your waivers. But there's only 2 teams on bye. We got Tennessee and Cleveland. So it might be too late. But if you need to replace Mariota, you guys, I just have to say this. Steve was right. My boyfriend, who cares very little, cares a lot less about football than I do, and actually got into fantasy football when he was trying to court me because he would have something to talk to me about. Isn't that cute?
Aw.
I've been talking trash to him because he plucked Kaepernick off of waivers the week he returned, and babe,
So did my
you were
boyfriend.
right.
This is
And I was
hilarious.
like, I've been talking trash, and I was like, no, Kaepernick's the worst. But he's performing really well. He put up 32 points last week.
Yeah, he's on a little upswing.
A respectable 19 the week prior, 23 before that. And he's got Chicago coming up. So if you got him, start him. The Bears have allowed 4 of the past 5 opposing quarterbacks to score at least 21 fantasy points.
Would you start him over Derek Carr, though?
No.
And if you want him to throw to someone, my tight end waiver wire head Vance McDonald. Just a little
Yes.
throwaway there.
Except I did last night.
RZ had a really good. Wait, what was your pun this week? Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
All right, never mind. I don't pull out the joke.
It's okay, but I mean, you guys, again, wide receivers, if they're, if you can get them, if they're still there, or if you got them, that could be a good start. Tyreek Hill, he's got a good week. He should have a good week coming up against Atlanta, and he's been putting up some good production since Macklin went down. Monitor that situation because he has at least 9 catches in 2 of his past 3 outings without Macklin. So as long as there's no return of the Mac,
Boom! Boom!
then
Yes!
yes,
Yes!
then Hill should
All
be
right.
a solid,
We're
solid wide receiver 2 this week. The other guy I like, only owned in 5% of leagues, is Malcolm Mitchell. Stepped up in Gronk's absence. If he's out again, he's got wide receiver 3 written all over him. Any waiver stuff that you guys want to talk about, even though we're done with waivers?
It's too late.
I just want to say that I picked up-
RZ and I drank too much wine last night, and I forgot to do my waivers.
Oh, we did my waivers. We decided on Fedorovich.
Oh yeah, well we did yours. We didn't do
Don't have
mine.
each.
Fedorovich.
You guys were
Alright.
colluding without me on waivers?
It's about
I don't know if I
time.
like
Somebody has to take you down.
Well, thanks for slacking because, I noticed that I was number 11 on the waiver wire and Allie was number 12. So then I was breathing easy because I figured, like, why would RZ snatch like a good player away from me when
Yeah, I didn't do
she's not going to
anything.
make it into the playoffs?
Right.
That would just be mean, and we're sisters. How could you? So anyway, you didn't, which was great. I picked up Tyreek Hill and I picked up Kaepernick because, Carr has that injured hand, and if something happens to him, there's really nobody else on the waiver wire that I would want to start.
Oh.
So I took your lady's advice.
Yeah.
And picked
Luckily, good for Dr. Z. She saw
Yeah.
our picks, but none of you got to. But of course, it helped.
it improved my team. So thanks.
Sorry, y'all.
All
All right.
yeah. Anything, Allie, or not? Because
No, I just remembered that I did pick up the Dolphins defense.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
because they have a pretty good matchup, and
I
you know
picked
they're
up the
another team
Dolphins
on the upswing.
defense too. You must have picked them up in your other league.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Great minds think alike, Allie.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
that's
you
right.
guys, Bay of the Week time. Dr. Z, who's your Bay?
Well, I definitely think Davante Adams deserves an honorable mention,
Davante.
but we've already talked about him so much. So I'm gonna have to go with Khalil Mack for putting on a defensive
Return of Mack.
clinic against Carolina. Let me just list for you his stats, and this is gonna take a while. He totaled 6 tackles, 1 sack, 3 quarterback hits, 1 interception, 1 pass defended, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery. Dang.
Wow.
Jinx. He actually ended the game by strip sacking Cam Newton, who is probably still having nightmares about this guy. So
Wow, that's a formidable bay. I like it.
he's my bae.
Allie, who's yours?
Well, you all know, all things being equal, Aaron Rodgers and the pop-up 10 of Destiny would be my Bay of the Week. But I want to be more interested.
Plus, you made a coach your bae last week, so let's not veer too far off the course.
I know. No, Demaryius Thomas, who's not even on my fantasy squad, looked phenomenal on Sunday. 162 yards, even in a loss. His TD moves don't hurt either. He is a good-looking baby.
Those
I
are
will
hot.
say that
Yeah.
much.
Yes, he is.
I was sort of like, Demaryius? I wasn't even looking, and I'm into it.
Oh,
Okay.
I love that. You guys, my bay, it's actually another pity bay. We had our first
I started a trend.
sympathy bay last week because you guys, Joel Flacco, he's my bay because he's the worst slider ever. He looks like a baby bird. Like, don't do it. Stop. It's so awkward. But yeah, I want to
Don't
like.
they practice that? Like, how can it be so bad?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. But don't slide. Just don't do it.
Don't do it.
You guys, that's really it. Does anyone have anything that they want to say before we go? We went overtime, even though we did less. It's like, we love you guys. We can't stop talking. Anybody got anything to say before we go?
I've got something.
Thanks for dealing with our technical difficulties, everyone.
Yes.
Definitely. I just want to point out that the emphasis is like now shifting from waiver wires to figuring out who you can trust in these next few clutch games. So I've made the mistake before of putting in like high risk, high reward guys and then having them get me 0 points, and it actually cost me a championship last year. So, think about it. Think about it before you do that kind of move.
If you have some questions, tweet us or Facebook us or
yes,
whatever.
we will answer. We swear.
We will answer.
Definitely do it.
We'll
Pay
make
attention
Dr.
to
Z
the matchups.
answer because that's who I ask when I don't know.
One last thing is, do keep an eye on who's getting dropped, because at this point, if someone's in the playoffs, they're not going to play. If they know they're not going to trust someone, they're going to drop them. And, maybe you can improve your team if you're looking for like a wide receiver 3 or something. So do pay attention to who's getting dropped. You never know who could fall into your lap. So.
All right. I like it. Words of wisdom from Dr. Z. All right, guys, we will see you next week. Follow us on social media at the FF Lady League. Tweet us, message us with any questions, and we love you. We'll see you later. Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.
Hopefully we're not having technical difficulties and we can never leave. No, bye for real.